Premises liability is the term we use for the situation where someone is hurt while on someone else's property. The first thing to understand about premises liability is that the mere fact that you were hurt while on someone else's property does not in and of itself make the property owner responsible. In order for the property owner to be legally responsible, you must first prove that it was negligent, meaning that it either did something it shouldn't have done or failed to do something that it should have done. In Pennsylvania, we first must determine what your standing was to be on the property when you got hurt. In other words, why were you there and what were you doing? This standing helps determine what obligation the property owner had to ensure your safety. If you were on the property because the property owner invited you there for reasons that benefit the property owner, then you are deemed to be a business invitee. For instance, if you're shopping in a store, you are there because the store wants you there, because they want to sell you something. Business invitee is the highest standing you can have in Pennsylvania premises law. A property owner not only has a duty to ensure that its premises are safe for business invitees, but it must also proactively inspect its premises for any potential dangers. The second classification is called a licensee. You're a licensee in Pennsylvania if you are permitted to be on the premises, but you're there for your own purposes, not because the property owner is somehow profiting from your presence there. For instance, if you're just visiting a neighbor's property, you are considered to be a licensee. A property owner has a duty to keep the premises safe from dangerous conditions that it knows or should know about, but it doesn't have any further duty to actively look for dangerous conditions about which it isn't already aware. That third and final classification is called a trespasser. You're a trespasser, of course, if you're on the property without permission. A property owner has no obligation to protect trespassers from harm, but at the same time, the property owner cannot intentionally harm a trespasser. Property owners aren't legally responsible for every injury that occurs on their properties, but they do have a responsibility to take reasonable steps to protect their visitors from harm. If you suffered a serious injury while on someone else's property, contact KBG Injury Law. We have experienced lawyers who know how to handle a premises liability case. To discuss having us represent you in a personal injury case, call 800-509-1011 or visit our website for a free consultation.